Volleyball season is almost here, and we'll talk with the coaches next on Conversations. Hello and welcome to Conversations. I'm Jeannie Curtis. On today's show, John Nelson talks with all 6 high school varsity volleyball head coaches about the upcoming 2013 season. John?
Well, thanks, Jeannie. Last year, Arlington ISD athletics had several achievements in sports. As we head into this new school year, I would like to take the time to highlight some of these accomplishments. 1 high school advanced to the fall tennis regionals. 6 high schools advanced to the regionals cross-country meet, and 7 soccer teams made it to the playoffs, with 1 boys team advancing to the second round and 1 girls team advancing to round 3. In track, athletes from all 6 high schools advanced to regionals. 3 advanced to state. In golf, 3 teams went to regionals. 1 medalist advanced to regionals. 1 medalist advanced to state. In gymnastics, 2 teams advanced to state. 2 went to national high school meet. 1 high school won the National Cheerleaders Association's national championship. 7 basketball teams advanced to the playoffs. 1 team advanced to the regional finals, and 1 boys team and 1 girls team advanced to the regional semis. 2 high schools advanced into the softball playoffs, and 3 teams advanced to the baseball playoffs, with 1 boys team advancing all the way to the state semifinals. In volleyball, 3 school teams advanced to the playoffs, with 1 team advancing to regionals. And in football, 4 high school teams advanced to the playoffs, with 2 of the teams making it to round 3, which brings us to our show today, where we preview the upcoming volleyball season. We're with Kim Spencer in year number 2 at Arlington High, and Kim, you made it to the 4th round last year, losing to the eventual state champion, which I guess is some kind of solace.
Yes, I mean, when you lose that last game, somebody always has to lose the last game. It's always good to lose to the state champions. So I thought we fought hard, and we've got some returning players, and really excited to have that experience of going to regionals coming back to our team this year.
The coaching change that came early in the season, I guess all in all, everything kind of played out as well as it could.
Yes, it did. You know, we've had a dynasty of coaches. That's kind of where our theme is for this year is, you know, just building the tradition from all the coaches. I think the kids knew what was expected of them, and they followed through.
Your 2 big guns are gone, Ashley Mariani and Caitlin Granger. What's going to be your attacking mode this year? Is that going to change a little bit?
It's going to change a little bit. I feel that we are going to be able to have a quicker attack, set a faster offense. We did not lose our ball control, our passing game, so we're still going to be able to run our middles. We have 2 dynamic middles that will start off the season with you know, other kids filling in those spots. I think we'll still be an offensive team, powerful, but I do think we'll be able to quicken our offense up a little bit, be faster with some smaller hitters.
Is there anyone that will come up from the JV that could make an impact this season?
Definitely. We've got some key defensive spots that were left open from 2 seniors that left, so hopefully they can come up and add to our passing and defensive game. We have several hitters that I'm looking at, and I really think that they can you know, make a statement on the right side especially, and on the outside. So,
Coach, what does your tournament schedule look like this year?
We are playing in Mansfield. We're going to New Braunfels, and we have our home Arlington Invitational Tournament, which is going to be really strong this year. We always play a tough preseason. I think that really kind of tells us where we need to be. I try to schedule teams that we may see in the playoffs, so we know, you know, where we need to get in order to bypass them when that time comes.
Will this be a fun district to watch?
I definitely think so. I even told the paper that last week, is that it's going to be very competitive. I've told my kids, you know, we've got to be prepared to play more than just 3 games. You know, last year we swept Martin, which was an exciting part of our program, but I think that a lot of games are going to go to 5. There will be a lot of playing and a lot of teams beating each other, so I don't think you're going to be able to escape not, going more than 3 games.
Kim, 25 consecutive years in the playoffs. That should be motivation enough for some of these girls that know really what it takes to advance to that next level.
Yes. I think that's what's important. Like I said, we have 8 players coming back from our regional team, and they're bringing that experience. And Arlington High, that's our tradition. That's one of our big things. We win, and we need to keep winning. And the kids know how important it is to work hard in practice and know that mistakes are okay, but you just have to get back there and fix those mistakes and don't make as many of them, because that's ultimately the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win a ball game. So.
Kim, good luck to you and the Lady Colts this year.
Thank you very much.
AISD-TV will be covering Lamar at Arlington on September 17th, and then again October 29th when the Colts play at Martin. Amy Draper's back for her 5th year guiding the Lady Vols of Arlington Bowie. And Coach, you lost 2 senior starters, but you have a couple of sophomores that saw a lot of time last year.
We do. We are very experienced this year in several positions. However, at probably one of the most important positions, we will be very inexperienced, and that's going to be our setter spot. So I am looking at a freshman actually filling that spot. I'm very excited about her. Her name is Terry Irving, and we're hoping that she can step in and make a huge difference for us, and as well as also carrying us the next 3 to 4 years as our setter.
When do you find the right combination? How soon is it going to take to find that good combination on the floor?
Well, I'm hoping that I can find it before district starts, because our goal this year is to try to make the playoffs. Our theme this year is unfinished business, because we've done a lot at Bowie, but the one thing we have not been able to do is fight our way into the playoff spots. So that's our goal this year, is to get into one of those top 4 spots. And I'm hoping that by district I can get the spots filled by the right personnel and hopefully get a good fit and get everybody where they need to be before then.
What's your tournament schedule look like?
We are going to be playing in the Forney tournament and the South Hills tournament, and we're very excited about those tournaments because they both offer us different things that we can work on. Some pretty tough competition, but also some games that maybe we can try some new things and try to see where maybe some new people can fit into the lineup.
How many girls coach played club this year?
You know what? We have had an excellent club season this year as far as kids playing club. We probably had close to half of our kids on varsity on a club team, which has made a huge difference. The commitment level right now at Bowie is very high, and I feel really confident that we're going to continue that trend. I think the kids are dedicated and they're wanting to show people that we can make a playoff spot at Bowie.
What did you see out of the juniors towards the end of last year that you expect the next year on the court? I mean, there's some good things that happen and there's some games depending on who you play, but what excited you out of the junior class?
I think for the first time that when we were playing teams like Martin, Lamar, and Arlington, I finally could see that they believed that we could actually take games off of them and that they were helping us get into those the last points. And we fell short in some of those games, but the fact that they no longer think, well, we may not have a chance against the bigger competition. And I think they've really worked on getting themselves more experience in club. And so I feel like this year might be the year where when it comes down to playing one of the better teams and it's 23-23, that their experience and their determination along with wanting to make a playoff spot is really going to help us, along with their leadership.
How do you see the district shaping up?
It's a good question. I'm just hoping that we're in one of those top 4 spots.
4 would be great.
I would take
3 would be better.
I would take 4, but any of them will be great. And the one thing that in Arlington is that every night is going to be a great game.
Coach, good luck to you and the Lady Vols.
Thank you.
AISD-TV will be at the Alamo when the Lady Vols host Sam Houston on October 22nd. A 3rd place finish last year for the Lady Vikings of Lamar. Kate Wood is in her 6th year. Lamar losing in the first round of the playoffs to Keller in 5 games. And Coach, that was an exhausting match. Looking back, how far do you think this team could have gone had you won that first round game?
That's a hard question. Predicting in volleyball, who's going to win, who's not. So I don't know that I have a definitive how far we could have gone. Obviously, just being so disappointed that night. It was one of those really exciting matches to be a part of. You just hated to be on the side that we were on. And I think the good thing about matches like that is that we had a lot of younger kids there that night. Some of them were on the bench. We'd pull them up, and they really got to experience that moment of, I don't want to feel like this again. I don't want to be up in set 4 and have match point to win and then not finish. And the same thing going into set 5. I don't want to be in that moment again. I want to be on the other side of that. So I think those types of matches are motivating for a program, and that's hopefully what we're going to be kind of gearing towards. You got to spin it in a positive way for your kids so that they don't want to feel that way again.
You mentioned last year how close the team was doing some activities during and off the season. Did the underclassmen, do you think, pick up on that?
Absolutely. The last year's senior class, I had 7. And not everyone could be a captain, but we really made it a point that we had our captains, our senior captains, and the other seniors were very involved with activities and bringing the group together. And it was great because the younger kids, the sophomores, the juniors, they saw, oh, this is what this is supposed to look like. And so absolutely, like this spring, they just picked right up and like natural leaders just emerged. So my two juniors will be senior captains, and they really just, I already met with them, and they were up at school, and we were just kind of talking about, what do we want to do this year with team bonding, and they already had all these ideas about, what that's supposed to look like. And they've already done a lot of stuff this summer, just, being together, doing their conditioning together, doing, summer leagues together. They genuinely enjoy each other. So without a doubt, last year's group really, I thought, did a great job of teaching this is what it should look like, and then hopefully you just kind of build on that, from year to year.
Are you going to focus on more team speed this year?
Yeah, the Arlington Citizen Journal had interviewed us about that, and we graduated 7 seniors. 3 of them were very big seniors, and so our offense was very, not that we were a slow team, but we could run a slower paced offense. This year, our tallest kid is 6 foot, if I'm being nice. She's probably closer to 5'11", but we will have to go faster. We'll have to be scrappy, play really good defense, and our offense will have to be faster. And so that really is our goal. We really worked on that a lot during the offseason, worked more defense, more ball handling than we ever have, and really took the focus off of the offense right now. So we got to get that in check so that we can defend really well, pass the ball to target really well, and then you can start increasing the speed of your offense. If you don't dig the ball right to target, you can't run a fast offense. So that's really been a focus of us trying to speed the game up so we can hopefully catch people off guard. And we're not going to get up and pound a ball down. We're going to have to be able to catch people, they didn't realize the ball was coming right there. So that's going to be kind of our goal.
You played one of the more exciting games in the district last year. That home match, defeating Arlington in 5 games was huge for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was a crazy match. That was definitely one of those matches where you just kind of hang around, and it's a great example of athletics. If you put it down on paper, you're not supposed to win, but that's why you compete. That's why you play. And then it's just so great to see your kids work really hard and then be rewarded in a match like that. We got some big breaks. Again, that's part of volleyball, part of athletics, that sometimes teams don't execute and you take advantage of those moments, and that's really what happened in that match. But it was a really exciting, they enjoyed watching game film of that. The next week or so, they'd say, can we just watch the last minute? They like to watch themselves jump up and down, and they were all laughing, at each other, laughing at me. It was good. Okay,
how do you see the district shaping up this year?
Well, everyone graduated a lot of kids. Arlington High graduated a lot of kids. Martin graduated some kids, but Martin's got a good group coming back. I graduated obviously 7 seniors. I've been seeing Bowie in summer league, and they are much improved. I was telling her the other night, okay, your team is pretty good, and so it'll be really interesting to see. I haven't seen Sam Houston play. I haven't seen North Crowley, Weatherford, or Pascal, so I'm not exactly sure where everyone falls. But I definitely think, I don't know there'll be one clear cut, that's the best team, no doubt. So I think that makes it exciting for everybody.
Well, Kate, should be a great year. Good luck to you and the Lady Vikings.
Thanks so much.
AISD-TV will bring you the Lamar match with Arlington at the Colt Gym on September 17th. Tracy Perez-Peterson in her 9th year guiding the Lady Warriors of Martin. Martin finishing 2nd place in the district last year, losing in the 2nd round. But Coach, volleyball being the first sport that starts the school year, that kind of has an advantage for all the girls, does it not?
Yes, I think it does. Everyone's excited. You know, football's there, volleyball's there, everybody's hyped up. It's just an exciting part of the year. It's great to be first.
You were telling me off camera that the kids were a little older, so your situation this year a little bit different than last year.
Oh, definitely. They're more. My little ones are in a better place, and I just feel like I'm ready to go.
You have 4 returning starters. One of those, Hannah Nicholas, who was kind of injured toward the latter part of last year. How has she progressed? And talk about the starters returning.
Hannah is doing a great job. I've seen her up in the gym, in the weight room. I think she's ready to go. She's been up at the school a lot here recently, and so she's looked good in the off season. Just looked like she hadn't skipped a beat, so I'm excited for Hannah. Alexis Wright has committed to North Texas. She is a middle, right side, outside. We don't know where we're going to use her. She's very versatile. We're excited about Alexis. Molly Garbo, returning, was a setter last year. Might switch up positions with her. Looking forward to having those 3 seniors lead the team this year. And then we add in a few more. Eden Hilbert. Oh, she was doing really good in the spring. Just coming around in the middle, and just she's going to be somebody that's going to surprise people. So I'm really excited about those girls.
What's the key to getting off to a good start?
I just think it's ball control. I mean, and I think you might hear that from all the other coaches, is being able to pass the ball and keep the ball in system on transition is going to be very key for us, and that's something I'm going to focus on a lot this upcoming couple of weeks.
What does your tournament schedule look like, Coach?
Well, we changed it up this year. You know, every year we go to Duncanville. We're going to Mansfield. We're doing some different things, and really excited about that one. We're going back to New Braunfels, which was a lot of fun, and then we're back in the Invitational, which is very competitive. I'm really excited about the Arlington Invitational. Kate Wood and Kim have done a great job bringing in, as well as Martin, some competitive teams to bring it back up to a really great tournament.
Yeah, the New Braunfels tournament, there's some good teams in that last year.
Yes, it was competitive, which is good. I mean, I always want to play a lot of tough teams just because I want to see how my teams respond to pressure and who can do what we need to work on. So I just think you need to play at a higher caliber of competition for your kids before you enter in the district.
How do you see the district race playing out this year?
It's always neck and neck. I mean, of course, I always want to win, but you know, you come to a game against Lamar and Arlington High, and you know, I hear Bowie's looking good. And there's always North Crowley and Sam. You throw everybody in the mix. It's just always competitive. You just never know. You can never relax in our district. You just got to really be ready and mentally prepare to compete at your best every time you play them.
Since volleyball is the first sport, Coach, what's the most important thing for a player between now and, say, September 1st?
I think the commitment of just being there is just to know that you know, our kids are starting Monday, where they have made that commitment to be there, and that's one thing we stress. You know, you've committed to do this, and all your friends are still on summer break, so I think that's important. We keep our kids focused and getting them rest and keeping them healthy in the preseason before we get into district.
Well, it could be another great year for the Lady Warriors, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
AISD-TV will get their first look at the Lady Warriors in their last regular season game when they host the Lady Colts of Arlington on October 29th. Teresa Frederick begins her 30th year at Arlington's Sam Houston. And Coach, how has the summer gone, and where is the emphasis here in the next 3 weeks?
Well, we're really excited. Basically, the emphasis this year is, you know, basically we were a very young group last year. And all those juniors, basically, that got a lot of playing time, you know, are going to bring a lot of experience to the court. And I'm going to start with our setters, Erica Anderson and Hannah Kopetsky, which the interesting thing is they're such great setters and defensive players. But one of them's going to be a libero and one of them's going to be a setter. But they bring a lot to the table. They both had a lot of experience last year on the court in both those positions. So I'm very excited about that because that's a key position in both those areas, libero and the setting. And then other returners are Katabi Cece, who is our middle blocker / outside hitter wherever she's swinging, and she's going to bring a lot to the court this year. In summer ball, a lot of them got together and played, whether it be together or with their club, maybe a little bit of club on one or two. So, I thought that from what I've seen, they did what I thought we needed to do in the summer, and that was play more. So I'm excited about that. And Katabi's going to bring a lot to the court. She's a good jumper and was our middle blocker last year. And then rounding out, my kids coming back are going to be Amina Bolanovic and Anela Losic, and they're just good all-around players. They can set, they can play any front row position, and we've got a lot of another player that's coming back next year that was our only sophomore is Destiny Wilson. And, I think some of these, between Amina, Anela, and even Destiny, they're going to step into other positions this year, which I'm excited about. Maybe they were a passer or a digger, and they may be a hitter. But, that's one of the things that I think we have to do. That's a big goal, is to solidify those positions. And then we're working in some young kids that had a very good off-season last year. Elizabeth Henningsen, who I'm very excited about. Aaliyah Trahan, who are going to fill out some pretty important positions as younger players being sophomores this year, like Destiny was last year. So you round all, I'm very excited. I think we have a well-rounded group. I think they're a step ahead of where we were last year, and I'm ready to see what they're going to do, because I think they're just going to get stronger and stronger, and if we solidify things, I think they'll play together. They'll get that cohesiveness and timing that they need to be successful.
Coach, is it fair to say towards the latter part of the district last season that there might have been some kind of a fatigue factor?
No, absolutely not. No. And the only factor that was anywhere near that last year that was different than normal, and I had to be gone some because of my father's death. And with us, it takes every single minute to get that cohesiveness, because our kids get it only during when we're together on the court and during our season. And all these, a lot of other teams get it so much more in the club and all that. So no, absolutely not. Those kids are good athletes, and no. Unfortunately last year, because of my father's death, when he was in the hospital and is in the hospice, I was by his side, and even though I didn't miss practice, I missed a game or two, and I'll be honest, it's such an ongoing thing. It takes me being there all the time to really see the changes that you need to make in games, and it's that crucial for us. I've said this for a very long time, that timing is everything, and that every little thing leads up to that for us, and it's so crucial. And I thought our kids did a great job of competing well in a district that's still one of the most competitive districts in the state. A lot of teams get this when they go to the playoffs, but we get it in our district while our kids are trying to, develop and get the cohesiveness. So I thought they did an outstanding job, and that's just the nature too of volleyball sometimes.
Teresa, what does your what's your tournament schedule look like this year?
We're excited. We're going to go to Mansfield. We participated for the first time in that last year. That's a strong tournament. This year, we instead of going to Granbury, we're going to Glen Rose, and that's just another opportunity to see different type teams. In Mansfield, you're going to see a lot more of the teams that we get in our district, maybe, and then in Glen Rose, I think we're going to see. You got to have that mix of play, so that kids understand how to play against the faster teams, and basically the teams that don't maybe run it as fast, but can be just as dangerous, to learn how to make those adjustments. So those are our main tournaments that I'm excited about, because it's going to be two different style of play, and it's going to give the kids opportunity to learn how to adjust, and that's everything, to learn. Coach, it takes a lot of experience to learn how to adjust.
Yeah, there's no substitute for experience.
Absolutely.
No question. Teresa, good luck to you and the Lady Texans this year. Should be an exciting season ahead.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it.
Well, AISD will catch up with the Lady Texans when they play Bowie on October 22nd at the Alamo. Catra Ridgway is the new head coach for Arlington Seguin. The Lady Cougars making some changes. And Coach, this has been an eye-opening experience for you in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. The change happened last week. So I was put in this position to try to hold on, and I'm excited about it and the opportunities that I have to help the girls improve.
What did you see from some of the girls last year that should take the game up to a new level this year at Seguin?
Well, we're hoping that Alex Hahn, our senior defensive specialist, is able to bring the experience that we need playing back row. Aubrey Ridgway, who happens to be my daughter. A lot of coaches ask me, about my daughter, but she's an athlete first. We're expecting her to step in. She was coming off of the bench, but hopefully she'll be a starter outside hitter this year. And the one player that I'm expecting a lot of that got moved up on the end of the team is junior Taylor Piper, middle blocker.
Coach, personnel-wise and given what you have coming back, do you stress defense, do you stress passing, or what will change?
Oh, ball control, definitely. We're going to have to be able to pass the ball better because we graduated our height last year, so we don't have that blocking up for that to slow the ball down. So definitely we're going to focus more on ball control this year because our junior setter, she is a hitter also, but this year she's going to have to play more setting. So we got to be able to get that ball to her so she won't be chasing it down all over the court.
You play in the Mansfield tournament. What other tournaments will the Lady Cougars take part?
Mansfield, Arlington, and we're going to go to Graham to play. And those are competitive tournaments, but I think our girls will do well to play teams that are a lot faster, a lot bigger. Our tallest person this year, 5'9". That's the tallest that we have. So we're going to be a short team. So we're going to have to learn to play quicker, cover the blocks, because we really don't have the height that we need on the front end.
You're going to go up against the former head coach, Amanda Shingleton, when you play Legacy. What is that going to be like?
Yes, when I received the news that she was the head coach at Legacy now, I texted her and said game on. So she and I, we've spoken, but I know that's going to be an extremely competitive game because her knowledge of the game and how she's able to coach those kids over there at Legacy. So we've already met as a team with the returners to talk about playing against Coach Shingleton. The girls are excited, and the chances of actually winning that game is going to be tough, but they want to play well for her. And so to show that they learn a lot that she left. So they're really excited about seeing her. But we don't want to play her on.
No. Coach, who looks good in the district this year?
Oh, we had a lot of teams to graduate, some seniors, but Summit is always up there. Red Oak is back. Lake Ridge, they had a good team last year. They didn't lose a lot, but they have a new coach. So it's going to be competitive all the way around, and we are vying. We are trying to get that 4th spot. We didn't make it last year, so we want to show them that the Cougars are here.
All right, Coach, good luck. Take a big breath and get ready for the season ahead.
Thank you.
October 1st, we'll see Seguin against Mansfield Legacy. That's a look at the volleyball picture. Jeannie, back to you.
Thanks, John. That's all the time we have for you today. I hope you'll go out and support these young ladies. I'm Jeannie Curtis, and I'll see you next time here on Conversations.